Have you ever felt like you're carrying something that isn't just yours? As if inside you there was a silent force, waiting for the right moment to awaken? If you are a Scorpio, or have a soul marked by this sign, then what Edgar Cayce revealed could change everything you believe about your destiny. Because Scorpio has never been just a zodiac sign, it's a spiritual seal, an energetic signature that carries the pain, intuition, and mission of those who came to end cycles and open portals. Cayce, the sleeping prophet, known for channeling messages from the higher plane, pointed out that Scorpio is the chosen instrument to catalyze transformations before the end of an important spiritual cycle. And this cycle is about to close. The universe has already begun to whisper, through repetitive dreams, strong intuitions, encounters that seem like signs. Have you been feeling this? Because these signs are no coincidence. They are codes, called alert to those who were sent with a profound mission to purify, cut, be reborn. Scorpio feels everything with an abnormal intensity, and that's not a defect. It is a prophetic gift. That's why you can't stand falsehood, who senses lies, who carries pains that no one understands. Cayce claimed that in the latter stages of a spiritual cycle, Scorpios would be spiritually awakened, many through breakthroughs, losses, or signs that defy logic. And that's what we're going to talk about now. What will really happen with Scorpio before the end of this cycle, and why you need to be awake to recognize the signs when they arise. If you are feeling the vibration of these words, you are already one of the called. And what comes next will reveal much more than you imagine. So before continuing, I want you to do something powerful. If this message has already touched something inside you, comment now, "I feel the call," below. It's not just a comment, it's an energetic seal, a spiritual confirmation that you are ready to understand what Edgar Cayce left behind. Your records, your visions, and prophecies did not come to us by chance, just as you are not here by coincidence. There is a greater connection happening, and it is manifesting now, through you. And if this energy resonates with you, leave a like on this video, because this shows the universe and the algorithm that you want to continue receiving messages that awaken your essence. Subscribe to the channel, because in the coming days, new revelations will be released not only for Scorpio, but for all signs that have a hidden spiritual mission, and many don't even know it yet. But you are awakening, and only those who awaken transform. Comment, like, subscribe. It may seem simple, but here it's a ritualistic act. It's like lighting an invisible candle in the middle of the darkness, and your every gesture here strengthens the portal that we are building together. Get ready, because what Edgar Cayce saw about Scorpio goes beyond any birth chart, and the next sign is about to be revealed. Do you feel like you carry a pain that no one understands? That there is something in you that has never been fully explained? Something so deep, so old, that sometimes it doesn't seem to fit in this world? Perhaps in silence you have already asked yourself why you feel so much. Why losses affect you more than other people? Why does every disappointment cross you as if it were an initiation? If you are a Scorpio, or have Scorpio in strong places in your chart, this is not a chance. It is a calling. And what Edgar Cayce revealed about this will make you see this pain as a sign, not from weakness, but on a mission. Scorpio did not come into the world to live superficially. It was never part of your script to accept the shallow, the lukewarm, the obvious. You need to go deep. You look for what is hidden, intuit what was not said, understand what's between the lines of other people's souls. And that is precisely why he so often feels alone. Because it's difficult to find someone who sees you clearly, who understands this intensity that pulses inside your spirit. Cayce, the seer who channeled messages from the spiritual plane, recorded that Scorpio would be the sign most affected, and at the same time, most awake, in moments when great spiritual cycles were about to end. And guess what? We are exactly at that point. Perhaps you are going through a sequence of events that seem inexplicable. People moving away, situations crumbling, cycles that end without prior notice. It's as if life is removing everything that prevents you from accessing your true form. And the truth is that it really is. For Scorpio, transformation was never a choice. It was always destiny. Cayce stated that children of this sign have a spiritual role that few are ready to accept, carrying collective pain, purifying emotions that are not just theirs, and being reborn, as many times as necessary, until they fulfill their highest mission. You feel that, don't you? That feeling that you are about to experience something that will change everything. It's as if something is approaching, something that you still can't name, but that is already messing with your dreams, your thoughts, your energy. This is the cycle closing, and it is at this moment that Scorpio becomes more sensitive to signs, repeating numbers, words that seem to have been said just for you, intense dreams, sensations in the body that come without explanation, forebodings, desire to isolate yourself, or on the contrary, a sudden desire to break patterns and start again. This is all part of the process. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, planet of death, regeneration, and hidden truth. But we are not talking about physical death. We are talking about symbolic death, the one that removes masks, empty relationships, the one that forces you to face your shadow and only then access your true light. This is why Scorpios are seen as intense, mysterious, difficult to deal with. It's not because they're cold. It's because they've seen the dark side of life and came back with their eyes more open than ever. What Cayce saw in Scorpio went beyond ordinary astrology. For him, this sign held spiritual keys that would only be activated at the end of certain cosmic periods. He said that Scorpio is the guardian of the passage, which protects the portal between two worlds. Therefore, many Scorpios have the feeling of not fully belonging to this plane. They have ease with the occult. They feel energy in the environment. They detect lies in the eyes. They see it, even when no one shows it, and they feel it, even when they try to protect themselves from it. But there comes a time when resistance is no longer possible, and maybe that time is now. If you have identified yourself thus far, perhaps you have already experienced situations in which life took everything from you, only for you to be reborn even stronger. Maybe you are experiencing exactly this right now, and that's where Cayce's revelation comes in. When Scorpio resists his own transformation, he becomes ill, physically, emotionally, spiritually, because your soul cannot bear to stand still where there is no longer truth. It is made to fall apart and rebuild itself. And the quicker you understand this, the less painful the process becomes. Not easier, but less cruel. And here's a detail that almost no one talks about. Scorpio doesn't just transform itself, he transforms others. Your presence carries a frequency that moves those around you. It bothers, it provokes, cure, not because you try, but because you are. Cayce knew this, and he said that in the last moments of an important spiritual cycle, Scorpio would be used as a catalyst for collective healing. That's why so much is changing. That's why you're feeling so much. That's why the pain is more intense, because something is asking for passage, something new, something bigger, something that only awakened Scorpios can carry. If this is making sense to you so far, it's because this video is speaking to your soul, not just your mind. And now, before continuing, I want to ask you something important, not just for me, but for you, and for all the people who feel this same vibration. Leave your comment below. Write, "I carry this energy," or "I feel the call." These words create an energetic field in the comments, a spiritual egregore of Scorpios and awakened people who recognize their mission, and this strengthens the message. Like the video if this energy is going through you. This helps spread this content to more people who need to hear it now. And subscribe to the channel, because what comes next will delve even deeper into this revelation that Edgar Cayce left behind, and which perhaps was written exactly for you. And when those words reach you, they don't come as simple information. They arrive as a code, a vibration, a deep reminder of what your soul already knows but which your mind may still resist accepting. Because deep down you always knew you weren't like everyone else. You always realized that there was an invisible layer between you and the world. And not because of arrogance, but because of depth. While many live on the surface, Scorpio dives. While others avoid it, you face it. While the world runs away from pain, you go through it. And that's not easy, but it is sacred. Scorpio is the sign of transmutation, and no one receives this mission by chance. Cayce said that Scorpios incarnate with a hidden purpose, to dissolve what is corrupt, disintegrate what is false, purify what has already lost its essence. And this process begins within. First, you feel the urgency to change, to let go, to destroy what is old in you. And when this energy sets in, nothing remains the same as before. Relationships change, beliefs break, deep emotions come to the surface. Everything that was hidden begins to reveal itself. It's like S and the I. Universe said, now is the time. But there is a powerful detail that many don't realize. This calling is not collective, it is individual. He doesn't scream, he whispers. It comes in moments of silence, in nights when you can't sleep, in thoughts that come back without explanation. It arrives through content like this, which you feel like you didn't find by chance. And it's true, he didn't find it. You were attracted. Because right now, what is at stake is much more than just a sign. It is the activation of a spiritual consciousness that Scorpio carries as a guardian. And for many, this awakening has already begun. Maybe you are among those who already feel this, but still don't know how to name it. Edgar Cayce said that, at the end of great spiritual cycles, Scorpio's suffering would intensify not as a punishment but as a sign that something is aligning, that portals are being opened, and that souls linked to Scorpio energy need to position themselves. And how do they do this? First, recognizing, accepting that your pain has purpose, accepting that your life is not ordinary, accepting that your gaze goes further. Second, committing to this calling, stopping running away from nature itself, stopping hiding to fit into places that don't respect your depth. And third, starting a ritual of acceptance, surrender, and transformation. And this ritual begins now, here, in this moment. Because there is power in embracing who you are. There is a portal that opens when you allow yourself to say, I accept my essence. This simple phrase has immense vibrational force. It's not just a combination of words. It is an energetic confirmation. It is a response to the spiritual calling that Scorpio is receiving at this very moment in history. And you know it, because you're feeling it now. You may have even tried to ignore it. You may have rationalized. You may have been distracted. You may have told yourself it was just another phase, but there's something inside that keeps pulsing, insisting, calling. And if you made it to this point in the video, it's no coincidence. It's alignment. It's synchronization. It is spirituality acting through discreet but profound means. Because for the awakened Scorpio, nothing is by chance. Every encounter, every pain, every loss, every revelation, everything has a code. Everything has a cycle. And now, you are on the verge of one of the most important things in your life, and you might be wondering, how do I know if this is really about me? The answer is not in what others say. It's in what you feel while listening. It's in the shiver that runs for no reason, in the tear that falls without warning, in the silence that suddenly becomes full of meaning. It's at the moment when you look inside and recognize that yes, you carry a different energy, and that he is no longer willing to ignore it. Cayce said that this was the turning point, when Scorpio stops fighting against his own nature and starts walking with it. It is at this moment that true spiritual power begins to flow. Not that power to control the external, but the power to transform everything around, just by existing with consciousness. Scorpio doesn't need to shout to be heard. Your energy speaks. Your presence changes. Your silence teaches. But this only happens when you are whole, when you are in a state of presence, when you finally accept your essence. And here, on this channel, in this sacred space of words and vibration, we recognize this in you. So now I want to propose something. A commitment. One movement. A seal. If you are here, feeling this vibration, I want you to go to the comments now and write, I accept my essence. Or if you prefer, write, I am an awakened Scorpio. These sentences are not just interactions. These are activations. They are declarations. They are affirmations that you are aware of your energy and willing to walk with it, not against it. Each comment of this type creates a spiritual wave that spreads among those who also carry this mission. And if this video touched you in any way, like it now. This simple gesture helps this message reach other people who, like you, need to hear it. And more than that, subscribe to the channel here. Because in the coming days we will delve even deeper into these revelations. Let's talk about the signs that precede the end of the spiritual cycle. Let's explore Scorpio's role in collective rebirth. And you can't stay out of this journey. You are part of this. And it all starts with one step. It starts with your presence here. It starts with your word. It starts with you saying, with courage, I accept my essence. According to Edgar Cayce, Scorpio is the sign of the regeneration of the collective soul. This means that the pain that Scorpio carries does not just belong to his own story, but to the story of everyone who crosses his path, and even those he has never seen, but feels. Cayce stated with conviction that Scorpios were shaped to endure, transmute, and heal pains that most people can't even name. And that completely changes the way you look at your scars, doesn't it? What you thought was a useless burden is actually a kind of spiritual tool. Your pain is not a flaw. It is a channel, an access point between this world and something bigger. When Cayce said that Scorpio was the sign of collective regeneration, he was talking about the spiritual mission that Scorpios carry from birth, a mission that is activated more and more intensely in moments of Earth's energy transition, like the one we are experiencing now. Scorpio doesn't just suffer for himself, he suffers for the other. He feels it before it happens. He intuits what is still hidden, and he pays the price for it. Because by absorbing these invisible burdens, he often becomes misunderstood, lonely, misunderstood. But the truth is that he is at a vibrational level that many have not yet reached. He is connected to a frequency where the truth, even painful, is always welcome. And this truth was precisely what Cayce saw. He said that Scorpio was the reborn, the symbol of death and life coexisting within the same body. He didn't see the Scorpio man as someone ordinary, but as someone sent, a guardian of portals, a master of darkness, not to remain in it, but to guide others through it. That's why so many people are attracted to Scorpio without knowing exactly why. The presence of an awakened Scorpio is magnetic, intense, transformative. He can change the energy of a room just by looking at him. You can shut up a lie without saying a word. You can see the pain of others even when no one is watching. And all of this has a deep reason. Cayce believed that Scorpio was born with a spiritual key. This key is only activated after multiple drops. Rejections, losses, breakups, everything that seems unfair, everything that broke you in the past, everything that seemed to have taken you off track, actually put you exactly where you needed to be. Because only those who have died inside several times can teach others how to truly live. And you, Scorpio, are that bridge, this crossing, this mystery incarnate. There is something almost ritualistic in the way Scorpio deals with his own story. He doesn't victimize himself. He watches, he waits, he feels, he crosses, and then, when no one else believes, he rebuilds himself, but not in the same way. He comes back stronger, deeper, wiser, and it is this cycle of death and rebirth that makes you one of the most spiritually advanced signs in the entire zodiac. Cayce recognized this in his visions. He saw Scorpio not as a symbol of destruction, but as a symbol of transmutation, like the one who receives the poison of the world to, mysteriously, transform it into a cure. And that explains a lot about you, doesn't it? Explains why you feel pain that no one understands. Explains why you sense things that haven't even happened yet. Explains why your intuition guides you even when the whole world tries to make you doubt it. Explains why certain cycles in his life seemed like punishments, but later revealed profound teachings. Because your existence is not tied to a straight line. It follows spirals, beginnings, ends, new beginnings. Cayce said that Scorpio is the sign of the spiral of the soul, and the deeper you dive, the more truth you find. And perhaps you have already noticed this in your own trajectory. With each crisis, you come back with greater clarity. With each disappointment, you see more clearly. With each rebirth, you understand that you only lost what was no longer you. And it is in this rhythm, in this pattern of collapse and ascension, that your spiritual mission is activated. You are not here to live an ordinary life. You are here to bring about change, in people, in spaces, in energies. And yes, it often hurts. But as Cayce taught, it is in pain that the chosen remember who they are. Have you ever noticed how, even in the worst moments, something in you remains standing? It's as if an invisible force sustains you, even when everything around you falls apart. Cayce said this is a sign of an old soul, with a spirit that has already walked through many plans, and is now here with a greater responsibility. And the more aware of this you become, the more your life stops being just life and becomes a mission. Each step now has purpose, every emotion, meaning, each challenge, a hidden key waiting to be turned. If all of this is going through you right now. If what you are hearing makes something vibrate inside you, even if you can't explain what, then it is because you are connected to this truth. It doesn't matter if you are a Scorpio with the sun, moon, ascendant, or if you simply feel that you carry this energy in your field. The important thing is to recognize that you are not here by chance. And more than that, know that the time has come to accept your nature, to stop fighting your sensitivity, to stop hiding your depth, because that's exactly what the world needs right now, and you know it. And if you felt this truth reach you, if at any point in this video you felt a shiver, a hidden memory wanting to surface, a silent call echoing inside you, then write here in the comments. Write with truth, with presence, with awareness. It could be, I accept my pain as a mission, or I carry collective regeneration. These words are not just text. They are seal. They create a force field between everyone who is awakening with you. Like this video if it touched your soul. And if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel now, because what Edgar Cayce revealed about Scorpio goes far beyond what we've just explored, and what comes next is already beginning to manifest. Scorpio feels too much, loves too much, falls too much, but it doesn't stay on the floor, because your soul carries the code of transformation, and this code is not learned, it is inherited. It is something that has been recorded in the energy since birth. You didn't need to study books to know that what you feel goes beyond what others feel. You just know. Scorpio doesn't live. He goes through life as if he were always in the middle of a silent ritual, where everything has an invisible layer behind what ordinary eyes see. And this intensity is not a defect. It never has been. It is the mechanism that the universe has given you to fulfill your spiritual mission. Only those who have gone to rock bottom and come back understand the power that exists in falling. And no one knows this place like Scorpio. While others sink and are lost, Scorpio sinks to emerge, go deep to be reborn. He faces the pain with his teeth clenched, because deep down, he already understands that this is not the end. It's the beginning of a new me. Cayce said that Scorpios are shaped by the hidden fire, the one that no one sees, but that burns inside. A fire that consumes false identities, destroys illusions, and prepares the spirit to become something stronger, purer, truer. This is the reason why you do not tolerate superficialities, small conversations, lukewarm relationships, empty promises. None of that feeds you, because your soul is used to dealing with the essentials, with the invisible, with what vibrates beyond what is said. That's why your intuition is so strong. That's why you sense what's wrong before others notice. That's why you walk away without knowing how to explain it. Just because something in your energy field tells you that it doesn't belong there. And even when they try to make you doubt it, there is a part of you that remains steadfast, even in pain. Because pain, no matter how much it hurts, has never been a sign of weakness for you. She is a reminder, a mirror, a warning that there is something within you in the process of being reborn. Cayce saw Scorpio as the sign most prepared for invisible battles, those that no one recognizes, but that leave deep marks on the soul. He said that Scorpio has a spiritual mission that is fulfilled exactly in moments of greatest pain. And that's why, the more you try to escape the intensity of life, the more life takes you back to it. Because your soul did not come to live protected, it came to live awake. And Scorpio's spiritual awakening often begins with losses, ruptures, and silences. It is in solitude that the truth appears. It is when the fall occurs that the code activates. It is in mourning that the Scorpio soul remembers who it is. And when that memory happens, everything changes. Tears are no longer a sign of weakness. They are a sign of cleansing. Disappointments are no longer injustices. They are revelations. The voids are no longer punishments. They are spaces where the soul can breathe without the bonds of the ego. Cayce said that Scorpio needed to go through this to access its true mission, to be the one who transforms chaos into healing. But it doesn't cure in the traditional EO sense. Energetic, emotional, spiritual healing. Healing by presence, by truth, by depth. Have you ever noticed how people often feel different after talking to you? Like something has moved inside them, even though you haven't said much? This happens because your soul emits a frequency of transformation. It communicates the invisible, and whoever is ready to receive, receives. But this also takes a toll. Sometimes you feel deeply tired, even without having done anything physical. You feel pain, in your body that has no medical explanation. There are days when the energy feels heavy, even when everything is apparently fine. This happens because your soul is constantly absorbing and transmuting. Cayce called this the vibrational weight of the carriers. And Scorpio is, by nature, a carrier. Carry loads that are not just yours. And he does it with honor, even without knowing it. But that doesn't mean you need to suffer in silence. Quite the opposite. It is precisely by recognizing your mission, by accepting your sensitivity, that you begin to free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Because pain and suffering are not the same thing. Pain is inevitable. It's part of the path. Suffering is resistance. And when Scorpio stops resisting his depth, he becomes invincible. It's important to remember that this isn't about being perfect, strong all the time, or having all the answers. Scorpio also breaks. He also feels afraid. It also collects. But it always comes back. He always finds a way to come back even more whole. And that's where your true strength appears. Not in the absence of pain, but in the ability to dance with it, to look fear in the eye and say, I know you, but I am not you. And this stance changes everything, because it turns every fall into an initiation, every loss in passing, every tear released. Cayce said that Scorpio is like the hidden alchemist of the zodiac, he who transforms lead into gold, pain into wisdom, symbolic death into full rebirth. And you've done this so many times that you might not even realize how much you've evolved. But if you stop to look carefully, you will see it. You'll see how much you've already rebuilt yourself, how much you've left behind versions of yourself that no longer serve you. And you will understand that each cycle of pain you faced was, in fact, a preparation for something bigger, a preparation for this phase we are now entering, a new spiritual cycle that requires awakened, conscious souls deeply connected with their essence. If you felt this message pass through you, if at any point in this video something touched your heart or your energy, comment now, but comment truthfully, with soul. Write, for example, my pain has a purpose, or I carry the code of transformation. Each comment like this creates a movement of recognition and connection among those who are also awakening. And if this made sense to you, enjoy this video now. This isn't just a gesture of support. It's a signal to the universe that you're ready to reconnect with your mission. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now, because what comes after that goes even deeper. Cayce revealed more than we could imagine, and the next messages will activate parts of him that have been dormant for a long time. And all of this is about to emerge. Have you ever had dreams about water? Dreams in which you sink or float or walk through dark seas, turbulent rivers, calm but infinite oceans? Have you ever dreamed of symbolic deaths, of people who are gone, or of old versions of yourself that come back just to look at you in silence? Ever wake up feeling like something was said, even if you can't remember what it was? Have you ever felt an unexpected shiver just hearing words like end, mystery, healing, as if these words were directly linked to something inside you that has not yet been fully awakened? Well, no, this is not crazy. These are signs. Signs that a cycle is closing. And Scorpio, more than any other sign, feels this in advance. Scorpio has an ancestral connection with the symbols of the unconscious. Everything that is hidden, that vibrates in the invisible, that speaks through signs and omens, finds a natural translator in Scorpio. The Scorpio soul doesn't need proof to know. She just feels. And that's why, in moments like this, when a spiritual cycle begins to close, Scorpios are the first to feel the change in the air. They notice when the vibration of things starts to change, when people around you start to move away for no apparent reason, when doors close suddenly, when certain numbers appear frequently, when dreams become more vivid, more symbolic, more insistent. And these signs don't come by chance. Edgar Cayce said that Scorpio carries a deep connection with the archetypes of death and rebirth. For him, the Scorpio soul is in a constant process of purification. Therefore, when the universe wants to warn that something is about to end, the Scorpio frequency is one of the first to receive this call. The symptoms are subtle, but striking. A feeling of unexplained urgency, a sudden need to isolate oneself, the desire to get rid of old things, to cut ties, to start from scratch. The body feels even before the mind understands. Maybe you are living this right now. Maybe you're more sensitive than usual. Perhaps you felt a strange melancholy in the last few days, as if you were saying goodbye to something that hasn't even ended yet. Perhaps you are being confronted by old memories, by emotional patterns that you thought you had already overcome. Maybe people from the past are coming back, not to stay, but so that you can finally finish what was left pending. None of this is a coincidence. These are the signs the cycle is closing, and your soul knows this only. What Cayce revealed is that Scorpio doesn't just sense the end, he's part of it. Scorpio is the end of cycles, the destroyer of standards that no longer serve, the torchbearer who lights the end of the road so others can cross with less fear. Therefore, you often feel like you are carrying more weight than you should. It's not just yours, it's part of your mission. You clear paths, you close stories, you close portals, and this spiritual, silent, often solitary work requires sensitivity, courage, and internal listening. That's why the signals don't stop. They repeat, intensify, until you recognize what is being asked, and what is being asked for now is the courage to let go. Courage to close what needs to be closed. Courage to trust the invisible. Dreams about water often indicate that deep emotions are being stirred. Dreams about death talk about transformation, not of the flesh, but of the soul. Dreams about rebirth indicate that you have already gone through enough trials and are being prepared to access a new layer of consciousness. Scorpio rarely changes by rational choice. The transformation comes with force, with losses, with breakdowns, but every time something falls apart, it's because something else more true is wanting to emerge. Perhaps you have also noticed changes in your physical body. Tingling, feeling of sudden heat, palpitations without an apparent cause, emotional fatigue, insomnia, or an almost instinctive desire to withdraw, to remain silent. All of this is linked to the energetic cleansing that precedes the closing of a great cycle. And if you feel this way, it's because you're closer to your true center than you realize. Cayce talked about symptoms of the soul, and you, Scorpio, know each one of them, even if you have never put them into words. And there is another type of signal that cannot be ignored: repetitions. When a message appears several times, whether in dreams, in phrases you hear from strangers, in videos like this one, in songs, or even in symbols like the image of the scorpion, the phoenix, the snake, it is the universe insisting. Scorpio is directly linked to the archetype of the serpent that sheds its skin, the phoenix that rises from the ashes, the initiate that crosses darkness to become its master. All of these symbols are emerging more strongly now, and not by chance. They are preparing you. If everything I said just now reverberated inside, if you were able to see yourself in every word, then now it's your turn to leave your vibration recorded here. Comment with awareness, with soul. Truly, it could be, I recognize the signs, or I feel like the cycle is closing. Each comment like this creates a network of Scorpios and awakened people who are feeling the same thing you feel. And this not only strengthens your journey, but also shows the universe that you are in alignment with your mission. If this video touched something for you, like it now. And if you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because in the next revelations, we're going to talk exactly about how to go through this end of the cycle without fear, with awareness, and with power. And you won't want to miss it. But be careful, because when Scorpio tries to deny its depth, when it chooses to ignore what it feels, silence what it knows, or suffocate what the universe sends, the consequences are not long in coming. Scorpio energy does not allow for escape. Scorpio cannot live automatically, superficially, shallowly. Whenever you try to do this, the universe reacts, and reacts strongly. It pushes, breaks, destabilizes, disrupts. Relationships break without explanation. The body becomes ill in delicate areas, especially those related to the emotional system. The mind becomes a labyrinth, full of voices and internal pressures, and life, silently, begins to slow down. Opportunities stop flowing. Connections become cumbersome. The days seem meaningless. This happens because Scorpio was created to dive, not to survive on the surface. To deny the depth is to deny the mission. And when this denial happens, the spiritual energy that sustains, Scorpio life begins to contract. Intuition closes. Dreams cease or become dark. The body begins to show signs: causeless tiredness, stomach pains, palpitations, anxiety attacks, a constant feeling of being outside one's own body. All of this is a symptom of misalignment. Cayce called this process vibrational collapse and said that when Scorpio rejects its spiritual calling, it disconnects from its own source, and this disconnection creates a deep existential void, difficult to fill with anything material. Scorpio is by nature a portal. When aligned, this portal opens inward and outward. It becomes a channel of healing, of revelation, of truth. But when that portal closes, when the energy is dammed, it accumulates. And the accumulation Scorpio's energy is dangerous, because a Scorpio soul that doesn't express its truth begins to explode from the inside. And this explosion manifests itself in emotional outbursts, in unconscious sabotage, in self-destruction disguised as giving up, in addictions and behaviors that do not match your real essence. It's as if a part of the soul silently screams, "Come back, remember who you are." Have you ever noticed how, in the moments when you tried to be someone you're not, everything around you started to go wrong, as if the universe was in a hurry to show you that that is not your path? It's not punishment, it's correction. Scorpio cannot afford to live a lukewarm life, a normal life, hiding in roles that were not made for them. Your pain is not common. Your sensitivity is not weak. Your silence is not empty. They are signs. Signs that you were designed to live with purpose, to live with soul. And Scorpio's purpose is directly linked to regeneration of themselves, others, and the world around them. This means that every time you stray from that mission, life starts to feel colorless. Nothing excites. Nothing fills it, because you are not allowing yourself to live truthfully. Cayce often warned about this point. Scorpio, souls who try to adapt to the mass frequency end up suffering more than any other sign. Because the Scorpio field is refined, specific, intense, he doesn't adapt to the collective. It transforms the collective. But it only does this when it is whole. And when this whole begins to fragment, it is a sign that the time has come to look inside with more courage. You can't keep pretending that everything is fine when you know it's not. You can't keep silencing yourself when everything inside you asks for expression. You can't ignore the signs of the body, the soul, the universe. You know what you feel. You know what you carry. You know that when you align, everything flows. The ideas come back. The signs appear. Synchronicities increase. Life responds with clarity. But for this to happen, you need to remember your center. And its center is not external. He is in his silence. It's in your rituals. It's in your sensitivity. It's in your reframed pain. It's in what others don't see. But you feel so clearly. There is a moment in the Scorpio journey when you can no longer deny it, in which either you accept your depth and walk with it, or you will be taken back to it by pain. And if this is your moment, if these words are resonating somewhere inside, it's because you already know what you need to do. It's not about changing your life from one day to the next. It's about recognizing. It's about stopping for a moment and saying to yourself, I refuse to keep turning off my own lights just to fit into small spaces. Because you weren't made to fit. It was made to expand. Scorpio has a transformative power that no other energy possesses, and Cayce knew it. That's why he said that Scorpio's greatest spiritual danger is self-forgetfulness. The moment he starts to live from the outside in instead of the inside out. The moment when he tries to protect himself so much from the pain of the world that he ends up isolating himself even from his own truth. But the universe doesn't allow this to last long. He comes, and when it comes, it brings the necessary chaos to make you return to your essence. And you know you've been through this before, and maybe it's passing now. If on some level you felt like these words were being spoken exactly to you, then maybe it's time to take a step. A simple but powerful step. Leave your comment here below. Write, I return to my essence. Or, I will no longer deny my depth. This is more than a comment. It's a commitment to your soul. Like this video if it touched any part of you that was dormant. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. Because in the coming revelations we're going to talk about how to regain lost spiritual alignment and how to reconnect your mission with what the universe is asking of you now. And you are not here by chance. You have been called, and this call has not yet ended. Scorpio was not made to survive. It was not programmed to just resist time, get through. The days endure routine and carry the weight of an ordinary existence. Scorpio was made to transmute, to take raw pain and turn it into wisdom, to cross the abyss with open eyes, without running away, without denying, without hiding. He did not come into the world to live like all the other signs, came to close cycles, came to guide. He came to carry what many could not even bear to touch. Scorpio is like an ancestral seal left by the universe on souls who accepted, even before being born, the mission of dealing with the invisible. And this mission is not small. It requires renunciation, courage, and a faith that goes beyond than can be explained in words. This is why many Scorpios go through such painful processes, because each pain, each loss, each transformation is like a code that is deciphered little by little, revealing what is hidden within the soul itself. Cayce said that these souls carry a unique, sacred frequency, destined to cleanse what is corrupt, heal what has been hurt, and awaken what has been dormant. And if you've come this far, listening to every word, feeling every vibration, it's because this frequency is also within you. Because on some level, conscious or not, you know that you carry something different, something that doesn't make you better than others, but rather more sensitive to what really matters. You feel people's energy, presume the events. You know when you need to walk away before something explodes. You capture what is not said. You understand what others try to hide, not because he wants to, but because he has no choice. Your soul has been trained for this. Scorpio is not just any sign. It's a portal, and portals do not exist to be admired from afar. They exist to be crossed. You are that passage between the old and the new, between the world as it is and the world as it can be, between pain and healing. And that's why, even when you try to hide, life calls you back, because your presence here has a vibrational weight. You affect everything around you. The way you feel, the way you observe, the way you react. All of this changes the energy field of the people and places you pass by. You've already noticed this, even if silently. You've seen how heavy your absence is, how your intuition is confirmed, how your transformation inspires others to change too. Even when you think no one is watching, the universe is, and it is always guiding you back to the center, at the heart of your mission, to the origin of your energy. Because Scorpio is deep down a mirror to the world. It shows what needs to be cleaned, healed, finished, and those around you feel this, even if they don't understand it. That's why sometimes it scares you. That's why you're often avoided. But that's also why you're remembered, because your presence does not go unnoticed, and it will never pass. Cayce had a quote that said, "Scorpios are the silent restorers of the collective soul, those who, even in silence, even in pain, continue to generate new life from destruction. And if that isn't sacred, then what is? You are here not only to experience your own transformations, but to carry others with you, to show that the end is not the end, that pain is not the limit, that darkness can be crossed, and that there is something on the other side, something purer, deeper, truer. Your mission is not to hide from pain. It's about going through it with awareness. It's facing the mirror of the soul and saying, I am here. I accept who I am. I am what transforms. You no longer need to ask permission to exist deeply. The world is hungry for authenticity, and its presence, when awakened, is medicine. Your intensity, your delivery, your way of loving, intuiting, rebuilding, all of this is spiritual medicine. But it only works when you accept yourself as a channel, like a bridge, as a portal. And that's why you're here. And that's why it got to this point in the video. Because your soul is ready to accept that you are no longer in the search process, but in the activation process. You are no longer at the beginning of the journey. You are on the threshold of a new cycle. And this new cycle requires you to remember everything you've already faced, of everything that has ever been burned, transmuted, left behind, so that now you can finally position yourself as what you have always been, a guide, one channel, a living bridge between the invisible and what needs to be transformed. If you felt all of this to be true, even if you didn't understand all the reasons why, even if your heart was racing, even if there were tears in your eyes, then it's because the energy is acting on you. And now I want to make a request of you. If this spoke to your soul, comment below. I am the portal, right with presence, firmly, with soul, because this seals the frequency that we are generating together here. And if you know another Scorpio, tag that person, send this video, share with those who need to wake up, because that person's mission is also about to awaken. And if you felt all of this intensely, enjoy it now, This isn't just a gesture, it's part of the ritual. And if you haven't signed up yet, sign up now. Because what will be revealed in the next chapters can transform the way you see your life, your pain, and your power. And all of this is just beginning. If you've stayed with me this far, that already says a lot about you. You didn't just watch a video, you felt it. And if you've reached the end, it's because you're part of that group of awakened souls who are ready to see beyond the obvious. So now is the time to seal this connection. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving content that activates, heals, and reveals deep truths about your energy, your mission, and your spiritual path. And since you've reached the end, comment below, "I crossed the portal." This phrase is an energetic seal that confirms that you are aware of your process. Each comment like this creates a force field here in the comments, and you will see how you are not alone on this journey. Oh, and if this resonates with you, leave a like now. It helps this content reach others who, like you, are ready to awaken. And most importantly, watch the next video that appears here on the screen on the left side. There, I will reveal another fragment of this spiritual journey that you are living. Take it from me, you won't want to miss what's coming.